Greetings to everyone. Welcome again to another part and saga of Don't Mess with Texas, part 2. I have sitting here with me Charlie Fulbright, one of the leaders and founders of the Texas prison gang, the Mandingo Warriors. He's not allowed to appear on camera or to answer questions due to parole restrictions. We went to the Region 2 parole office and spoke to the supervisor, and they said it was in his best interest not to show society he's trying to profit off of his crime. But he giving me permission to do this interview. Okay, during the inmate guard era of the Texas Department of Correction, before it was TDCJ, he killed a building attendant at the Eastham unit and a turnkey at the Ramsey unit. On this particular day, September the 9th, 1980, the turnkey attended school and was in the same class with him. So after school is let out, the hallway is packed with inmates. So his plan was to get him coming down the stairs. At Eastham, the school and the law library is upstairs. And me and 4 other guys out of Dallas, we agreed to back him up. Because after you stab the building attendant or turnkey, majority of the time, they try to put you in a live flight helicopter immediately. And me and the other guys, we was strategically mingling in with the other inmates so it won't appear obvious that he got help. And when the guy came down the stairs, Charlie cut all of his fucking intestines out. He died right there in the hallway. He stumbled on down the stairs and died out in the hallway. Charlie just kept stabbing him. Okay, turnkey hollered, "Fight!" Went to screaming, "Fight, fight!" That was the norm at Eastham when an incident jump off, and they lock all the riot barricades, and the building tunnels come running. It's going to be predominant white building tunnels. They got iron pipes, blackjacks, riot batons, brass knuckles, knives. They came running out, and the warden office is about 25 feet away. So the warden came out. The policy back then was the warden, it was a violent prison system, but most wardens, well, they didn't want to be present during a violent incident. So you can never say the warden supervised the brutality or he witnessed it, personally witnessed it himself. They would always remain out of view. And when it's over with, mysteriously a warden to walk up. By then, you almost beat to death or you dead. And he came out, and his strategy is you never put the weapon down, never, until the warden show up. Whatever you do, do not put the weapon down, because they're going to rat pack you. The warden came out, and automatically he started negotiating, trying to defuse the incident. And he told him, "Hey, you put the knife down, there's nobody gonna bother you." Charlie still wouldn't put the knife down. He made him walk him all the way to lockup with the knife in his hand, and about 50 damn building tunnels all around him. And once he was inside the lockup with the warden, they stopped at the door, and he handed the warden a knife. And they took him on and locked him up. A shout out to the guys who was down with us that day: West Dallas Frog, Finest Dixon, T. Ronnie Ross, Willie D. Anderson, and Boozer. Rest easy, Boozer. I'll see you when I get there, man. After the incident, he was transferred to the Ellis unit. And at the Ellis unit, back then the policy was if you went to one of the violent prisons, which would be Eastham, Ellis, Ramsey, Retrieve unit, which is now named the Wayne Scott unit. You went to any one of those prisons and you were sent there for disciplinary reason, they beat the hell out you as soon as you get off the chain bus. You get your ass whooped. They introduce you to that prison. So, incident that happened at Ellis, and on a Sunday, Charlie ran in the warden's office and the major was in there. He cut the major's throat. He didn't die, but the lieutenant was in there. He ran. He caught him in the hallway. He stabbed him up real bad. They immediately transferred him to the Walls unit in Huntsville. For those 2 stabbings, they gave him 120 years. Additional to the 75 he already was serving. They transferred him from the Walls unit to the Ramsey unit in Brazoria County. He killed a turnkey at the Ramsey unit. They indicted him for that murder and gave him 40 more years. Now he got a grand total of 160 years and original 75-year sentence. The only thing was good back then is they didn't run sentences consecutive. It was ran concurrent. So instead of having 75-year sentence, he's got 160-year sentence. The 160-year sentence eats up to 75. And back then, you only did 10 years to be eligible for parole prior to the changes in the penal code. During that era, Eastham was considered the baddest, well, it was the baddest prison in Texas. And I also considered the baddest prison in the United States, according to Newsweek magazine. He was granted parole from the Stiles unit, the same unit I was released from, and he's been free for 3 years without no incidents with law enforcement. This man is, he did this prior to any recognized Texas prison gang. There was no prison gangs. If it was a prison gang, we damn sure needed your help, because you didn't put in no fucking work back then. Some of the old timers will say, hey, the reason our gang was started is to get rid of building tunnels. You telling a damn lie. Not one fucking gang member killed no fucking building tunnel or turnkey. Not one of them. If you just said anything about a gang, because in the building tunnels had a good intelligent network. They had other inmates who worked for them. And they would have found out, they would have smashed your whole damn gang. They would have smashed your ass, and you know that. If you was in Texas prison prior to abolishing the building tunnel system. Eastham had the most brutal building tunnels in the prison system. The turnkeys at Eastham wasn't that bad. It was the building tunnels. It changed from unit to unit. When you got the Ramsey unit, the building tunnels wasn't that bad. It was the turnkeys who was bad. So it varied from unit to unit. It depends on what unit you was housed at. And this is the profile and the epitome of a gang leader. He's one of the original founders and a leader of the Mandingo Warriors. Now, they started to counter the Hispanic and white gangs. I went to the first meeting with these guys. We met up in the education department at the retrieve unit in a vacant classroom. Hispanics, white, black inmates. We had a meeting. And they were specifically told, if you attack any black inmate trying to stab him and kill him just because of his color, are you trying to make a name within your gang? Now we're going to attack the rest of y'all. And it was an agreement. If a black inmate disrespect one of your homeboys, you come and tell us and it'll be taken care of. So we all formed a circle in the classroom and rotated and shook hands, and that was the end of that. Now they can say they formed to combat another organization. Because once they got rid of building tunnels, it was so many fucking stabbings and killings. Between 1984 and 85, 52 murders. Well over 1,000 stabbings. No prison in America had that type of violence. And everyone said what they would have did back then. I've talked to a lot of young guys. Man, y'all must have been cowards back then. No, you had to have some fucking nuts to it. If you wanted to fuck with some building tunnel turnkey, you had to have some fucking nuts. And you had to have some brains to go along with it. But you might not survive. You can attack them at any time you wanted to. But they had a fast response. They didn't waste no time. They not like gang members where they got to go hold a meeting and all this bullshit. They don't hold no meeting. They get right on your fucking ass with them iron pipes. They don't in no hesitation. If you live or you die, well, you better be a lucky man. I hope some ranking officer get them off of you. At Eastham, they had a guy named Willie C. Potts. He's about 7 feet tall, weighed about 450 pounds. He worked for the warden. Everywhere the warden go, he takes this guy with him. And you better hope he's around somewhere, because the building tunnels would listen at him. When he say, hey, y'all leave him alone, that's the end of that. So most of the time the building tunnels was slick. They'll wait till after the warden go home in the afternoon or at night, then they beat the hell out of you. There's nobody around to stop them unless Willie C is around, and he lived on A line, which is the first cell block heading toward the south end of Eastham. And Eastham was a racial unit. It was a predominantly white unit, and whites ran the unit. Now blacks, there's a lot of blacks back then. If you was a bookkeeper in one of the departments, prison departments, they call you a politician. Now it was a few black politicians. It was black building tunnels because they had black cell blocks. It was segregated. But during this time when Charlie built this incident, they had just integrated the cell blocks. But still, you'd be on a cell block and it still would be predominant whites on there because it was more whites at Eastham than blacks and Hispanic combined together. And you know, guys be coming up with these mysterious prisons. Maybe they be dreaming about this type of shit, because we never heard of all these guys getting killed. I can almost name all the incident, who killed the guy and the guy's name who was killed. And I was in solitary confinement all the fucking time. So I know who's back in that solitary with me. Damn near be the same fucking guys all the fucking time. They'd lock up. They would test your mettle to see how tough you was. Solitary confinement, they would feed you 1 teaspoon of beans, 1 teaspoon of turnip greens, a teaspoon of carrots. Sometimes they interchange it with beets, sauerkraut. It's going to be a fucking vegetable. You're going to get 3 teaspoons of it twice a day for 15 days. Then they had a trick they would play on you. When 15 days is up, they don't release you from solitary confinement. They keep you in that same cell, feed you 3 meals, then start 15 days all back over again. After they do that about 3 times, they'll see how tough you is. I've seen a many motherfuckers break. I've seen grown fucking men cry like a fucking baby. You've never ever been that hungry in your damn life. People say they can't lose weight. Try that diet and see how it works. I guarantee you can lose it. I once went to solitary, weighing 178. I did 315s. I was down to 92 fucking pounds. They took me out. Well, I played like I was sick. I chewed up some beets. When they come around to feed, I spit it out like I was vomiting blood. And they took me out, put me in the hospital, and placed IVs in my arm. Then the major came in and talked to me. After 4 days in the hospital, he released me back to population. Back then, there was nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Was nobody sympathetic to your plight. You couldn't go talk to no prison administrator. Another inmate, he don't even want to hear this shit. First time I went to solitary confinement, I served 8 days for assault on the inmate with a weapon. I've never been that hungry in my damn life. I didn't even believe a human could exist like that. I was saying to myself, man, I ain't never coming back here no more. Little did I know, I would go 42 more motherfucking times. 1 year at Eastham, I went to solitary confinement 16 motherfucking times in 1 year. And at the Ramsey unit, I had the fucking record. I went 9 times in 1 year. That was the fucking record over there. But I had got used to it. It didn't even fucking bother me. I'd go to solitary, talk about banana puddings and all kind of shit, drive them fuckers in there crazy. I used to hear guys say, damn, man, why y'all got to talk about food? Also, before the court case, they used to close your solitary door, so you was in total fucking darkness. The only thing you had on was a little gown that come about to your knees, about a 4-foot mattress, and a foam toothbrush, and a Gideon Bible. That was it for 15 days. It's a catch-22 to getting out of solitary. When the warden or the major come through, you cannot be sitting on your bed if you want to get out. You must stand at your door. When you open your door, you gotta be standing. If you're not, he don't even consider releasing you. And I used to think, when I got used to it, when he come by my cell, I'd get down and start doing push-ups. Fuck you, you bastard. It didn't bother me no more. I was used to it. Just a thing. I would go in there and just lose maybe 10 or 12 pounds. Hell, I'd be all right. 5 or 6 days out of solitary, go back out in the fields and work. Hell, I got my weight back. Ready to go again. But all in all, Charlie really is a good dude. He just wasn't going for the bullshit. And I'm not even going, this is about him. I'm not even going to describe my incidents. That's for another video. But he's doing good here in Dallas. And most of the old guys, they done reached the conclusion, it ain't that you're scared no more. They don't want to die inside of a maximum security prison. Because in Texas, the way Texas sentencing law is set up, you get any type of violent offense, you 35 years old, and you receive a life sentence, technically you're a walking dead man. You got problem. The first problem is living to come up for parole. You got to live long enough to be eligible for parole. Hell, your parole officer not even born yet. And I would see guys got a life sentence, and now he want to be a fucking model inmate. These new wave guys, they don't do shit against the fucking prison system. Oh, they'll attack each other in a heartbeat. They won't attack the administration. Now, Texas is a little bit different than other states. I was looking on YouTube. I think this guy, End of Sentence or Jake, whatever his name, he's from Florida. He had some pictures up of Florida prison guards attacking inmates, and all the inmates just sitting there looking. That won't happen in a Texas prison. Texas inmates attack the guards like that. They don't get attacked that way. They attack the guards. And if you sit around, I was at Pulaski unit, those youngsters, I got to give those young guys credit. They try to run things and, best of their ability not to have a lot of prison experience. They had a policy. You see a guy get beat up and you don't help him, but don't come back over here no more. You just stay with the warden and stay with the guards. Don't come back. But they attack, Texas guards get attacked all the time, including female guards. When I was at Robertson Unit in Abilene, which is ran by country hicks from the little West Texas towns, they not used to no Hispanic or black calling them a bitch or a whore and talking shit. They can't get ready for that kind of shit over there. So what they would do, you get called out to a parole hearing or called to the hospital, you walking down the sidewalk by yourself, 5 of them motherfuckers will beat the hell out of you. Tell you, hey, go back and tell your punk ass homeboys what we did to you. So youngsters at Robertson would say, all right, that's the game you want to play. When they catch a guard walking, they beat the hell out of him and do him the same damn way. One evening we was coming from chow, this white guy, he went in the turnout and beat this young guard up, took his uniform, and hell, he escaped in the man's uniform. The violence is rampant in Texas prison. It's not ramped up the way it was back in the day. You got new wave wardens, man. If you beat a guy up with your fist and do him bad enough, they will put you in administrative segregation. They're not going for the violence at all. In one of the Huntsville area prisons, man, you even talk about assaulting someone, they lock your ass up. They don't even play with you. Now, it's a few of the maximum security prison out in the fucking woods. Well, they'll let a little of it escape, let the inmate fight. It varies from institution to institution. And Charlie spent 26 years in administrative segregation. I spent 9 in there. I can just imagine what 26 is like. And he's the epitome of a Texas gang leader. And he's a bad man. I appreciate you watching this video. Give me a like and subscribe. And everyone have a blessed day. Thank you.